everybody and welcome. In this video we're going to take a little play with the hand pen Petals stamp set, and then the I think they're called the penned dies. I should probably get them out. I'm so organized. Hello, and my name is Tatiana. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Australia and artisan design team member for 2021. I am thrilled that you have joined this video, whether you're watching live on Facebook or the replay on Facebook or YouTube or wherever else it may be. Welcome, hello, thank you. Let's not waste time on chit-chatter and let's flip the screen down to the stamp set. I'll also bring this up on my iPad so that I can see all your comments. Whew. Don't you hate technology? I'm a few minutes late just because, there we go, because couldn't get the technology to work. Anyhow, it is now working, yay. And this is the beautiful hand-penned stamp set. Sorry, brain not working, brain fuzz. And yes, it is another floral stamp set and it is gorgeous. I really love the line work. And what's so much fun about this one is that you have lots of choices on how you want to color this. We've got, ooh, I've got an idea. Let's see if it works. Anyway, sorry, we've got beautiful artwork and it's hand drawn. And then you've got stamps that you can fill in the artwork, or you can color it in with your favorite medium. And for me, that would definitely be the Stampin' Blends. So that's what I thought we'll do. And let me just check. Let's see, there's a few people saying hi. Hello, everybody. Tanya says technology hates her as well. And Joan says, woohoo. I had an idea while I was talking. And it kind of takes... This is extremely experimental, so it could be a major fail, but let's go with it. So, if you watched me last week, I created these two cards, and I used the hand pen as well, but the point was that we created these alcohol ink backgrounds. So, I am going to stamp and color these on vellum, and then we're going to do the alcohol ink technique and see what happens. It could be an absolute disaster or it could be an amazing, fun thing. Who knows? I am willing to find out. So for that, we need some vellum. And look, I've got the perfect sheet of vellum all ready to go. And let's see, what colors? What colors shall we color? I feel like we need some, I went with pinks and purples, and I'm going to go with my favorite colors. So I've got Bermuda Bay, and let's see, we need pink. Let's go with Fresh Freesia and Polished Pink, because I like the way they work together. Oh my goodness, Tanya. Whoa, cool, awesome. So Tanya has just commented, this is uncanny. I was hoping you would do that technique when I saw the stamp set. Awesome. Now this is the new way of storing the photopolymer sets. You place them down. So you still get them on the hard acetate or the thicker acetate sheet, but then the printed version of it is on the case, and you keep it on the case, and it's kind of nice that it doesn't rattle around. Because I've used this one a few times, I'm going to use this one, and there's enough space for us to stamp that twice, so I'm really excited. Now what's also exciting is that when we use our Stampin' Blends, we tend to use Memento ink, which is water-based, and that means it won't interfere with our little experiment. Hello Robin, thanks for joining me. So I've got Memento ink out, I've got my stamp, and we're going to ink this up. And I've taken the ink pad to the stamp just because it's a fairly big stamp. And when that happens, it's easier to do it that way than the other way around. Haha, awesome, Joan. Well, we'll be using it again. Hopefully it'll work. I don't know, I've never done this. I mean, I've done that other one, but I've never done this on a stamped image. We shall see how that works. Now, because it is vellum, it does take a moment to dry. And to speed that process up, I will use the heat tool, but I'm going to grab some, I feel like grid paper is the wrong thing to grab at the moment because we don't want to distract with the line. So I'm going to grab just a bit of copy paper. There we go, because I just don't want to get stuff on my desk. And like I said, I'm just going to set this or let it help it dry because it can smudge because we've stamped on vellum. So what I would recommend if you're going to try this and if it's successful is that you stamp it, walk away and then come back to it. This one was a bit of smudging on the stamping, so I'm going to re-stamp that. So let's try to dry this one over here. The other option is to colour the other side of the vellum as well. The colours will not be as bright when you flip it back around, but you're guaranteed not, well, not guaranteed because you're placing it upside down, but there's less likelihood of smudging. Oh look, I've got more vellum cut, so let's do that. I'm going to stamp one more time because I don't like the smudginess. I am a perfectionist. I need to work on that. And it stops me from doing a lot of things like online classes, which I still have not released because everything I've created so far hasn't been good enough. At least you know I'm really thinking about the online class, hey? So I'm just carefully stamping this one in vellum. Yay, that one didn't smudge. Now I can see a tiny bit of ink still a little bit damp. Not damp, what's the right word? Wet. Smudgeable? I don't know. What do you think the right word is? Try this one a little bit, but we'll work with this one as the second option. Okay, let's try this out. I have no idea how this is going to work, but it's only through experimentation do we really learn, hey? Well, not necessarily learn, but only through experimentations will we realize if it works or not. So I did go out of the line there, but it doesn't matter because when we add the alcohol ink, not the ink, the alcohol, it's going to take it out of the lines anyway, so it's not a big deal. So I'm very roughly colouring these in. Hey, Joanne, long time no, well, not that I can see you, but long time no catching me live. I've got a new lifetime. Just works better. It means that I can get stuff done in the morning if I needed to. Not that I was very good at that this morning. Who in winter struggles being productive? So this is, what colour is this? This is the new pink, polished pink. Colouring it in. I'm not spending too much time being neat and accurate because, like I said, it will all change with, I might use the big ends too, might be quicker. Let's see, I'll do the big flowers in polished pink. Yay, I remembered the name. And This is a real experiment. Let's see now. Itty bitty flowers in. I can't seem to move away from this combo with the stamp set. I don't know if it's good or bad. If you notice the card I shared yesterday had this same combination, but I love it. Now if it works for you, why not? Oh good, it works well for you. Finalized, well done, congratulations. So I've colored that one and this ink looks dry, so let's color this one in as well. As you can see, it didn't take too long at all. Now my kiddos start school holidays next week. I cannot believe it. Craziness, hey? So I won't be doing lives for the next 3 weeks so that I can spend some time with the kiddos, quality family time, hang out, watch movies, you know, do school holiday activities. I think the memento is basically dry, but I am picking some up. Hopefully it's dry enough. I mean, it is water-based, so the alcohol shouldn't, theoretically, in theory, the alcohol should not. If you're just phoning me and wondering why I'm talking about alcohol, no, it's not time to drink. Though I did recently read an awesome book and they said to celebrate even the smallest things. So sometimes I feel like I should celebrate cleaning my craft room. So I need some champagne for that. Probably not exactly what they had in mind. There we go. So, I keep going on tangents. And the reason why I'm talking about alcohol, last week I did the alcohol ink technique, and we're going to try it with a stamped image this week. So once again, this is the isopropyl alcohol. I believe it's a 90% alcohol. And in case you didn't watch last week's video, the rubbing one that you can get at Woolworths is not the one that you want because this one is 70%. Well, this one has less percentage and you want the higher percentage. The higher percentage, the better. And let's see if this works. Splish splash. Well, the reaction is certainly happening. That is for sure. I think we also worked out last week we should use darker colors, which I forgot. But that's okay. Let's add a bit more of a splash there. Now, what I'm really happy though is that the ink, the memento did not bleed like I suspected because it's water-based and this is alcohol. Yay! This is so much fun. Did anyone try it last week? So the one I'm using, you can get from Bunnings for those of us in Australia. I got mine from Big W. Apparently I got paid $10 and apparently they're about $10 as well in Bunnings. So it's much of a muchness. I just happened to be in Big W and went, I don't feel like making an extra stop to get to Bunnings. So that worked out really well. And I'm trying to tilt the bottle to show you how much is empty. I have heaps basically, and I have not been spraying. I've just been, as you've seen in the video, untwisting and taking to my advantage the straw for the sprayer and flicking it on. I probably added too much on that one, but that's okay. And we just got to let it dry. So it's basically diluted the colors compared to a solid image, but that is pretty. It's something different, isn't it? And do we want to add the gold? No, we're not going to add the gold, though it's fun. No, it takes a while to dry. don't need another humongously long video. So I'm just waiting for that to dry a little bit. I wonder if that'll show up. Yeah, you can see that patch there is still wet, whereas the leaves have dried. So you can see right there is still wet. We're not getting as many edgy bits, but that's okay. We will not fix that. We can do something for that. And the other thing with this is that there is issues with glue showing up on the back of vellum. So my solution for this is to use, where did I put them? So I'm just using them this morning or this afternoon. I've been using them, here they are. Is before we die cut this out, we will put some adhesive sheets on the back. So that means that the glue will be evenly covered across the back and we can glue it down without any problems. Another thing we could do is also mount it on some white, which I'm thinking might be the way to go. And that's now, oh, this one's really pretty. It's got that real washed out. So now I'm going to try to get little drops. There we go. Hope you can see that, but you can see the little drops are starting to react and create those edges. This one's still wet. Can't do that quite yet. It's better to let it dry. It's really hard to control to get little drops. You're getting the idea though. If you're watching the replay, feel free to fast forward this bit. I'm just going to be rambling. I'm going to try to speed up. The drying process. Because, you know, don't really. Now I'm going to, hoping by bouncing this, going to be adding lots of, I got lots of little ones over here, but am I getting them where I want them? No, I did not, of course. So if I flick that and go, there we go. Okay, so you have less control. My friend Pam, who shared this technique with me, she suggested using a paintbrush, a clean paintbrush, and you probably have a bit more control. I've just been lazy to get one. Oh, I really love the little drops that are happening there. This one has a lot bigger. Let's try. So this technique is just all about trying and experimenting. Oh, that was a big splash, but oh, we've got some little ones happening. Joanne says she loves the double-sided tape sheet. Yes, it is fabulous. It's also particularly good for little things. So if you've got little intricate dies and you're thinking, how on earth am I going to stick this down? Well, the solution is the adhesive sheet. Eyeshadow or contour brush? I would say a brush that has a pointy tip would be better. I don't know. Try it, Joanne, and let me know. I am loving this one. I'm glad I did too. This one's not as bright, or I'm loving it. Anyway, particularly love this spot here, the bit that we're going to die cut off, but that's okay. And I'm just getting some white. I'm going to cut it down so that we can put it behind the vellum and then die cut it together at once. And the point of that is so that there's no glue showing up behind. I'm going to flip both of those and grab my adhesive sheets. Let's see. That one's only got one. Let's grab a big sheet of it. Okay, so this is perfect. you can, I don't know, is that showing up, those lines? So there's 3 sections on every sheet, and the sheet's normally a bit longer, 12 inches. And I can see that 2 sections is plenty. And roughly cut there, and do another one and roughly cut there. So I'm gonna grab, moments like this, I like to grab the little one because it's a lot easier. So it doesn't have to be very precise, but I'm only cutting through to that second line because I don't want to waste it all cut up. Not that it hugely matters. And now I can, it's very sticky. So the bit that you lift up is this part that has the sticky, not this. So what I found, the best way to use it is to flip it over and to stick it down and to peel from underneath, as so. And that way I'm not getting any of the adhesive onto my fingers, because when I pick up the bit, I always get it on my fingers. And this is a nice, neat way of getting that adhesive sheet off. Means that also when you're lining it up and placing it down, it's got very little exposed, so very little to tack onto something accidentally. I hope I'm making sense. Feeling a bit frazzled this week, so I could be not making sense at all. And I've got my piece of Whisper White, and what we're going to do is stick both of those down. So all I have to do is peel back, and now the adhesive side, or the sticky side, is remaining on the, what's this? Vellum. And sticking it down on the Whisper White. So this means that we can die cut this out, not have any issues with adhesive like we did last week showing through. And it's on a piece of Whisper White, so that means if we want to put it up on dimensionals now, we can, because that ain't going to show through. I did have some extra there. That's okay. Okay. So pretty. And what I'm going to do is trim this off so that that's not sticking to places I don't want it to stick to. And I'm going to put some scraps of the bits that we've left lifted up behind it. And just so that I can use the mini Stampin' Cut Emboss machine, I'm going to trim this and this, and that way I don't have to bring the big one out. Hey Lou, how's it going? I hope you are well. Let's die cut. Whoop, shaking the table, my apologies. Oh, where did I put them? There they are. And I know this is 2 layers, but the vellum's very thin, so it's not going to affect. Pinned flowers, so it's the pinned flowers die, but you can buy both and save yourself 10% as in a bundle. And who doesn't love a bit of a discount? Now I found this stuff, so that's a roll of, it's kind of like Post-it note, but it's not Post-it note branded, but it's got tacky enough to stick, but not too tacky that it rips the paper. I was finding that sometimes washi rips the paper. Mind you, washi wouldn't rip vellum, so it doesn't usually matter. But anyway, don't you just love how the minis sit on the table? Though I am shaking the table as I turn this, and I'm well aware of that. I do apologise. now that my chair's in the middle of my room instead of where it used to be by a, you know, leaning against a wall, it can move a little bit more. So just taking my time to line this up properly. Wasn't 100% happy with how I lined up that first one, but good thing is that we've got two, and this one's my favorite. Probably moved it slightly when I placed the top cutting plate. Officeworks, Tanya. So this, and it's really good for masking. When you mask off big areas, it's fabulous. Like I said, it doesn't peel, and it's exactly what we want when it comes to masking. Beautiful. Look at that. Gotta say, I am happy with that. Now, we've also got this intricate die. If we were to stick that on top, no, that doesn't line up perfectly with the concept is the same, but not perfectly lined up. That is cool. Now we need to make a card. Work out how we're going to use these. I think I'm only going to use one. I know I did two, but you know, let's see. Could we use, will that go? No, I think we need a white, plain white background. Getting too busy. There we go. I've got a basic white, thick, pre-cut and scored. Grab my boom folder. Now we can put this, we need something extra. Ooh, I know, where are they? Here they are. My customer gifts this month are these, which are called Paper Lattice. And shame on me for not having used them yet. And I think that will be the perfect accompaniment to this card right now. Let's see. Yes. Love it. So pretty. Now the other question is, oh no, I was going to say we could use the white side, but they're both craft. So no white side and craft side, both craft. I feel like the flowers need to be good this way around. Doesn't matter what anyone else thinks, that's how I feel. And now let's pick up sentiment. I think thanks would be perfect. Anyway, do we want it in the pink or the white or in craft? Geez, too many decisions to do today, hey? I do know one thing though. We will use this, and let's see, it's 1 inch, 3/4 and 1/2 inch. I am talking to myself. That is not the thanks. Where's the thanks? We need the 1 inch. So if I cut this 1 inch off, where's the little trimmer? Where did I put it? There it is. I really do need to clean up my desk. Line it up with the 1 inch mark. What about both sets diagonally? Well, you let me know. What do you... Ooh! Joanne, you're a genius. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes and yes. Now, I also don't know what side I want to use. Any other genius ideas out there? I've got, what I'm going to do is cheat. It's not cheating. I'm experimenting and seeing which one works best. Do I want... No. I definitely want... I liked the sentiment being towards the bottom. You probably think I've gone crazy. I've just inked the block instead of the stamp. Oh, I'm just waiting for that to catch up. While that's catching up. Whew, okay. Can you tell I'm flustered that school holidays are coming? I probably need a holiday if I'm doing things like that. Oh, I'm glad. Okay, thank you for the laughing. I'm glad that that has come across the screen as laughter. Whew. And trimming it extra because some of it will go behind the flowers. Let's put this together. Now the challenge, see what I mean by intricate stuff? The challenge is how to adhere these down. And I'm hoping that my guess is right. Yep. The glue dots fit. There's some solid points in this paper lattice. So the glue dots do sit nicely behind those. So I'm doing it carefully around the top edge, and then I'm going to go bottom edge. And now place so that it's pretty much centered on the card. So I didn't go, you could place a glue dot behind every solid one. That's a lot of glue dots, may I say. Maybe I should have put some here, but no worries. I'll get my take your pick tool. Where's the one with the pointy bit? There. And lift up glue dot. Place it there. And that seems pretty good. And I can place my flowers back. I'm going to add dimensionals is the word I was looking for. My goodness, what is wrong with my brain today? And there is a bit that should have come out there. This is the benefit of putting it on the Whisper White first. Basic white, not Whisper White. Broken alliteration. Ooh. Still not used to it. Have that one there. And then this one I will put slightly lower down so that the thanks can fit right behind it. Yes. The thanks can go right there, and I don't want to move that. I love the position of that. So what I'm going to do is, since the glue dots are out, is use glue dots to adhere it down, and so that we know it's not going to move. There we go. And dimensionals once again. This one lost its backing already. Well, one less to remove, hey? And then we definitely need some bling. And I think I know which one to use. Oh, too late, Joanne. I've stuck it down and I ain't moving it, but Joanne has suggested smudging some pink ink on the edges of my sentiment tag there. And just to make it, I guess, stand out a bit more. But I'm happy with that. What I will do is flip the card over and trim off any bits that are going beyond the card edge. There's not that many, so you could potentially leave them. They still may fit in an envelope, but I'm in the mood to have it nice and square. So we've got to grab an envelope, and I am thinking, where are they? I've got 2 cases of embellishments now. So I can never remember in which box things are. Not in that, ooh, not in that box. So it's in this box. Box of goodies. Hey Nicole, how's it going? I hope you've been well. What? How can it not be there? I mean, I've got a new packet, but I don't want to use the new packet yet. So these are the Artistry in Bloom adhesive back sequence. And I am thinking these, there we go, these dark ones. They are rich raspberry, but they would be perfect on this project here. Making sure I don't peel off the adhesive and leave it behind. And go on a small one there. And I think this card needs quite a few. Ding, ding, bing, and bing. There. Just that extra specialness, hey? How cute is that? And one final touch, or 2 final touches, should I say, is decorating the inside and the envelope. And we're going to do that very simply. And what's that? My desk definitely needs a tidy up now. Will that be a celebration? I hope so. Thanks, Joanne. I'm going to take the same stamped image. So as you can see, the versatility of this set in the sense that you can color it whichever way you want is awesome. And I hope I've done that in the right corner. Phew! I've done that in the top left-hand corner of the envelope. And now I'm going to ink up the stamp one more time and place the bottom right. And why do I prefer the right hand corner? If you've watched me and follow me, you'll always notice this is where I decorate. And the logic is that we write left to right. So there's lots of space to write, and then I write from Tanya, so there's space. Anyway, the things I think about now, can I shove all of that to the side? Can't quite do the same over on this side. I have to move the things. Look at that, I was able to tidy up the desk, half the desk. Where's the envelope though? I lost it. There it is. Okay, so there we have it. This is hand penned with the alcohol ink technique used to color in some images. Something a little bit different. I'm thinking that hydrangea stamp set would be beautiful with that. Did that continue on? Yes, it did. Well, I'm going to have to bring up. Let's go to the index. I'm just opening hydrangea. Hydrangea Heaven is on page 109 in the annual catalogue. And I'm thinking the alcohol ink technique would look beautiful on those. So again, just stamp it, do the alcohol, the stamp and blends, the alcohol, and it'd be gorgeous because it creates that multi-tone, and color it in 2 colors. Add some blues and add some purples, or maybe purples and pinks, mix and match and check it out and see what you could create. So, think about other stamp sets that you could use this with. Basically anything with an outlined image. Bing, bang, boom. Super easy, done. Not difficult, and you'll have a lot of fun. So you can buy everything except for the alcohol from my online store. I also have a customer loyalty program, which is for every $50 you spend, you collect a sticker, collect 10 stickers and get a $50 worth of products free from me as a way of saying thank you for your support and choosing me as your demonstrator. The other thing I could say is that you could buy everything at a discount by joining my team. We are the Stamping Adventurers, and I'm just going to flick. Didn't cut the video off this time. So as I was saying, you could enjoy all these products at a discount by joining my team. It's only $169, and the best part of that is that you can pick $235 worth of any of the products in the Stampin' Up! Catalogue and include them for the $169, and that includes postage. So message me if you'd like to learn more, because I would love to talk to you about your stamping adventure and about what it has brought into my life. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. I guess it means that I see you in 4 weeks. I have 3 weeks off, so I don't know how that works. Brain, I haven't had lunch, so I need to go eat lunch, and then I can work the maths out. But I'll see you when I see you after the school holidays, and keep following me and checking out what I will be sharing across the next few weeks. Bye for now.